Welcome to Bullman Built RC. I am Matt, your favorite YouTuber's least favorite YouTuber, and I'm going to go over progress for the Stubby Burb. So let's go. Since the last time you've seen this, I have done a lot of work. I've spent pretty much about 10, 12 hours on it for a couple Saturdays, and then about 2 hours a day after work on it, just trying to get this thing done. Now, first off, you can clearly see that the body is in semi kind of paint, and the bodywork, as far as I can tell, is done. I did get the back all smoothed in, and everything is good, except for like a couple little places that I think I'm going to go ahead and highlight with like some primer, because this would have been a Suburban that they shortened and stubbed down, and I thought just a little bit of bodywork kind of showing with maybe some like primer on it would be really, really cool. So I did get this done. I ordered some scribing tools off of Amazon, and I actually scribed the door lines in. They're not perfect. I need to kind of go over them a little bit more, but in all honesty, they're really, really close to the actual RC four-wheel drive as far as width and depth and everything. They just need to be a little wider, and I'm not 100% sure exactly how to make them wider without making them deeper. So I did go ahead and fill the mirror recesses in the door, because I do want to either put some sport mirrors on it, or I thought about maybe putting like some dump truck style mirrors on it. However, I could not get the dump truck mirror material to do what I needed it to do. I can go over that in just a second as well. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do to kind of tuck them in but still have mirrors, because I think it looks weird without anything. I know a lot of times I've seen something off of like the 70s cars where it's like a smaller chrome stainless, and I've also seen some of the like Euro style 80s 90s compact car, and I'm not really sure what I want to do, but something along that vein is going to be the end result. But that is what I've gotten here. Clearly, like I said, I've done all the patina paint, and then I've painted it white, and so we wait a little bit. I'm going to let this fully cure because it's dry, but I don't know that it's fully cured to where I can put tape on it, especially with as humid as it is outside. And then I will go ahead and paint the whole area that will be gold, which we will get into right now. I went down to my local auto body shop that I've talked about multiple times, and this is where I get all of my spray cans to make the actual factory match colors. I did know that I wanted to do this in gold and white, so I went ahead and got a can of just white is literally all it says. It's just a GM white, which is what the Suburban is in now. Then he was mixing up the gold, and he brought me this weird orangey color that you see here, and was like, hey, I messed this up. I'm just letting you know this is what it came out as. I'm assuming you don't want it and it's not okay for this project. And I said, well, I won't use it for this, but if you sell it to me cheaper, like cover materials and stuff, I'll 100% still buy it, because he was just going to throw it away. So he said, okay. So I got this weird like brownish orange color. I painted the tailgate just to kind of give it a little bit of contrast and maybe make some things match that would be easy to bolt on. So I got that. Then he came out and had the actual gold. So I did get gold. I think it's medium gold. It's 1975. I think they made it for 2 or 3 years, maybe 4. I know that they made it in 75. My great grandparents had a Suburban, which is kind of what I'm basing this off of. Kind of the color that I based the pineapple off of, but I went way too yellow with that, so whatever. But I'm kind of making it better with this. So I got the gold as well. Then for iOS, I am building a BRX-02 Land Rover. So I got this butthole brown color, and it is terrible. I'll show you here. Painted the whole thing brown, and it's very brown and very gross. And I'm not a huge fan, but some of them were kind of ugly, and I really didn't want one that was blue, green, or gray. So I went opposite, and this looked a little more orange in the light. Maybe it'll actually do that when it's outside, but right now it's gross. So I got that as well. Then I needed some more patina supplies, so I did get the Rust-Oleum red oxide primer, and this Rust-Oleum was on sale. It's a satin dark brown, and then I also have one that's a satin espresso. So anytime I'm doing patina, you put it in the red oxide primer, you take the other colors and just kind of everywhere. That way it's kind of mottled, whatever. That way it's kind of speckly whenever you sand through the paint and you get down to that brown layer so that you have the patina. So I got those. I did do some work to the floor, so this is all basically done. I've got a couple high spots here, but I think I'm going to put something down at the driver's feet. So I did get this. This is the floor. It is notched for the frame to come through, and this is actually bumped up for the VFD to, you know, do its thing up in there, and I didn't want it hitting, so I got all that. And I painted it with this stuff that Jordan introduced me to. This is Magic, M-A-J-I-C, Rust Kill. This stuff covers insanely well, and I like it a lot. And, odd fact, it doesn't smell like paint totally. It kind of smells like a cleaner that you probably shouldn't be smelling, mixed with laundry detergent, mixed with paint. Very odd. Obviously, I'm not huffing it or anything, but I got the semi-gloss and I got flat. I went ahead and painted the floor in flat, and then the frame and bumpers and everything is semi-gloss. I'll show you that as soon as that gets done drying, because I can't touch it because it's wet outside. That was at Tractor Supply, and I also picked up this Rust-Oleum Undercoating Pro Grade rubberized black. I wanted to do the floor in a rhino lining kind of thing. It is all custom floored, and it would have been in the truck. So I figured, if I'm building this in real life, what would I do with the floor? Well, I would do truck mat, you know, like whatever. So I got this. I painted that black, and then I was like, well, let's just see what it looks like. I popped the top off, pushed the trigger, it spritzed, and then clogged up on me. So this is a full can. I tried a bunch of different nozzles, and it's not clogged in the nozzle. It is clogged in the actual can. So I'm going to have to take this back to Tractor Supply and see if I can get another one, because this didn't work at all. Like, literally did nothing. I got that. Next, this one involves a few friends of mine from Vision Metal Design. Bob and Krista put out a catalog. From my friends over at Vision, I got a God, I did it again. Vision Metal. From Vision Metal Design, I got this calendar. Bob and Krista took a bunch of pictures that everyone submitted, and they made a calendar. I was going to get one anyway. Come to find out that I am actually in July and August or something like that. One of my friends, Levi, is in here as well, and then Jeremy Wilson is also in here. Speaking of channel members, if you want to be a channel member, just hit the little join button. Should be somewhere over here, I think. And you get to see things that are behind the scenes. You get to see for sale stuff first, and you get to see just random things before everybody else does. So that's pretty cool. Then you can get on Facebook and you can join my group, and you can actually friend the channel now. I made the channel its own Facebook page. Do not friend me, friend their Facebook thing. You will be severely disappointed if I add you as a friend. There's no RC stuff on there at all. And then I'm also on Instagram, so go follow me there. Bullman Built RC across the board. Anywho, Bob also got me one of the spares. I hit him up and said, hey, while you are making wheels and everything, is there any way I could get a Step Star as a spare? We kind of, talked back and forth and everything, and it came to fruition. So I have a Step Star for spare. Now, the tire is also a Brazen Berserker. The tire is also a Braven Berserker. I was looking for one of these because I needed a spare. I have a set of 4, but I didn't really want to part it out, or whatever, to make a spare. So I put out a little feeler on the Book of Faces and said, hey, I need one of those. And my friend Caldercrawl said, I have a set that I believe he said he was using for a spare as well, or he used 2 of them for a 6x6, something along those lines, and he had it. And I was like, well, let's figure this out. A couple days later, this showed up at my house, and now I have a full spare for the back of the Stubby Burb. Speaking of Berserkers, my friend Matt, who owns Garage Guy RC, said, hey, I have a set of Berserkers as well that I just wanted the wheels for, and these tires are available if you wanted them. So after a little bit of discussion, he got my address, or maybe he had it anyway, and I got these in the mail. Super, super cool. They are still really nice. I've discovered that these work decent when the truck is heavy. I've tried to put them on like a 5-pound truck, and I was not really impressed. I don't think the trucks are heavy enough to actually compress the carcass, because they are kind of thick, I guess, like your mama. So I got those. Thank you, Bob and Krista and Matt and Don. Next. Now, from my dude Jordan, I did get these PRP seats. I think we talked about these last time. I started to paint them, and I was getting ready to detail them, and I just, for whatever reason, put one of the action figures in them. They're too small, so I couldn't use these, so I hit up Jordan and said, hey, can we scale those up? took some dimensions, and he printed these. These are the exact same seat, but as you can tell, much taller, a little wider, a little bigger, just in general. They fit the action figures and all the guys that I'm going to put in this thing much, much better. Now, to hold them in, I got on the AliExpress and I got some seat belts. So these are Red Spider 5-point harnesses. I got 2 sets of them. That way, one for each seat, obviously. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to paint these. The real ones are just basically like a dark gray, light black fuzz, and I've got like a little bit of color here. I don't really love that. So I'm going to do something. I'm just not sure what yet, but we'll figure that out. You'll see later at some point in time. Now, also, Jordan has been learning Fusion, and with the printer that he has, he printed these. These are Suburban body mounts that he made. He took the measurements that I gave him and made these little half box things. So now I can bolt these to the chassis, and then this will go up through the body, and I will have rear body mounts. The body of the Burb is going to be hard mounted. The under tray area, engine compartment, whatever you want to call it, is going to be where the battery sits. It's not detailed, and it won't be for a while if it does. So I'm just keeping the battery there. Hard mounting, there's no need to get the body off. So I got those and the seats and the seat belts. Next, from RC 4-wheel drive, I got not just one of these coolers. I actually got 2 of them. And then I got the RC 4-wheel drive power tank. So this is an actual, get out of there. This is an actual power tank. This thing is super, super nice, super, super cool. And I am going to put that in the back of the Suburban. I'm trying to make a more realistic, like we're actually going out trailing and I need to get back instead of just, you know, a totally empty truck that if we break something, we're screwed. So I got that and I got this cooler. I also had a 3D printed cooler, and then I had one of these before. So what I did was I took the RC 4-wheel drive cooler and I scuffed it up, took the sticker off, and I painted it this really cool, I think this is a 60s Ford color, kind of like a metallic green foresty kind of color. Then I took the printed cooler that I had. This is actually a Rubbermaid, and I painted it the GM color, I believe 78, 79, and 80. This is medium green, I think, maybe bright green. I can't remember. One or the other. They don't make sense. The medium one, I believe, is lighter than bright green because I painted the truck that they went on backwards first. So, anywho, I got that. Got the 2 coolers. They are different sizes, and that's why I'm keeping 2 of them with the Burb for right now, because I'm going to pack everything in there, and then whichever one makes more sense and kind of fits a little better is the one that I'm going to pick. I have a feeling it will be the smaller RC 4-wheel drive. So I got those. Next, now I know you're going to be really confused right now because this will not make any sense whatsoever, but we're going to see if my plan worked out. From Amazon, Alibaba, hell, I don't remember. I think it's Amazon. I got these nitrous oxide systems bottles. So these are NOS bottles, but what I wanted was this mount right here. So I'm hoping I can take this mount here, and then I can take this power tank bottle here. It doesn't, why is it sealed? Why is it hermetically sealed? That's silly. So I'm hoping I can take this, and oh yeah, buddy, that is going to work. What I was hoping was I can take this mount here and put the power tank in there and then screw this mount to whatever I decide to put it to, and then the power tank will be mounted and it'll have its own little doodad and everything, and it won't just be flopping around or just glued to the floor, and that worked so well. I have another mount as well, so I can probably do another. Oh, I got 3. I got 3 mounts. I got lucky and I got an extra mount. So I got 3 mounts, and then I got 2 NOS bottles. I could probably turn these into something else just by taking the... What? They come apart? Oh, that's crazy. I could probably turn these into something else. I'm not 100% sure what I would do with them, but you can just take the NOS stickers off of it and paint them green or red or whatever and have them be acetylene and oxygen. I'm not sure. Don't know. But I got those, and my plan worked, which makes me a happy boy. Next, I was at the Walmart and I saw these. I've tried not to collect Hot Wheels and M2s and things, but sometimes it happens. So I got to looking at them and I was doing some math, and these are roughly like 6th scale for a 9th scale, 10th scale, whatever you want to call it, RC crawler that is scaled to us. So this is like a scale SCX 6. So I found these. This is a Dodge Power Wagon. let's say 79. So one of the 10 grills, it's just black. It's kind of dull. I really wish like the macho paint job or something. This whole black and white thing is just kind of bleh. Then I saw this trio. This is a 69 Ford pickup, and then you have the trailer, and then it also came with a Bronco. So the early Bronco I think is super cool. This is the reason I bought it. So I bought all of this just for the Bronco, which is whatever. And this thing is really cool. It's got the little luggage on the top and like a little cargo rack, and it's got a spare on the back and a scoop, and it just has cooler bumpers than this one. I really wish that I could take all this stuff off and put it on here, but I don't think this one looks as good as this one. So this is going to go in something else. I really also wish this was different. I would definitely 100% put that in there. I do have the square body ones, and I've really thought about pulling one of them out, but I have the whole complete set ×2, and I just don't want to break it up. But I do have the square bodies, and then I got this. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just go looking for another square body M2 and do that. So I got those. Lastly, I got some bicycle spokes, which seems really stupid, but this is what I was told to try to make tow mirrors out of. I don't know what I'm going to do now. These were supposed to flatten out and be all super cool, but these are really hard stainless, which would be super cool if I was actually building a bike, but I'm not. And I'm trying to make them flat and make them into mirrors. So I beat on them with a 3-pound brass hammer, and that didn't work. So I got a 5-pound mini sledge and started hitting them, and I started making a dent in them, but then I realized that I'm also denting my vise. So this is what my vise looks like now, so that's pretty cool. And now I don't have mirrors, which is why I kind of sidestepped into maybe Euro mirrors for the Burb, and then I'll see what I can do with this, maybe heat it up, I'm not 100% sure, and probably put those on the dump truck, because I think that'd be really cool to have some big ass like West Coast style, all the way to the top of the door down, and you know, like big old mirrors. I think that'd be super sick. So I got all that. Now I'm going to go get the chassis that's been drying and the 2 bumpers and everything, and I'll show you what I've done there, and we'll put the Burb together real fast, and I'll show you kind of all of everything together, and that'll be it, and we will send this bee home. So give me just a second, and here we go. So basically we come up front. I have the Deluxes. I got a G13. There's a Holmes in there. I think I went over that. This is the front. There's the gold color that it's going to be. Next to that white looks really good. I got the bumper. It's all, I don't know, I don't want to call it like pre-runner style, but kind of tube style. And then I made these sliders. They really probably ought to have a couple bars in between there, but I'm not too worried about it right now. This is what the inside looks like. Not great. I do need to make some door panels and stuff for the interior, but I just really haven't gotten to that yet. There's a little bit of the floor. You can see the scribe lines. Once I get the patina on and everything, some of this will kind of blend in a little bit. It's not perfect. You will see back here, this is where I was talking about. I may just leave that as like a cut line. I have hogged out the fender wells a little bit, that way they clear. I do think this slider is just a hair bit too long, but I can't really fix that right now before I have to leave. So it's just gonna have to stay where it is. I've got the rear quarter guards, and then this opens and shuts kind of like that, and it sits right by the tailgate. And then over here it's just on a little pedestal, and the jack goes here, spare tire there, and then it all just kind of hangs out, and you know, so that is it. Got the ribs on the top. Okay, well now I'm gonna go paint this and do some seat work and everything, but I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you later. Okay, love you, bye.